Hi everybody, welcome to my makeup beauty video. Today I am going to be showing you guys a very natural eye makeup look with the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. So if you'd like to see this look, please keep watching. Alrighty guys, so because this today is just going to be my eye look, I'm going to show you guys the brushes that I'm going to use for this because this palette does not come with any brushes. Also, I'm only going to do my eyes because I have to confess, when it is the summer, I do not spend time doing my primer, foundation, and all that other stuff. The only thing I have on my face right now is my Origin CC cream, which is pretty much just a tinted moisturizer and it helps even out my complexion. So that is pretty much what I wear on a daily basis. I do not spend time doing it. I'm so lazy when it comes to my makeup, but I love doing it. I just get lazy. So I'm just going to show you the eyes today. I have 4 brushes here. The first one is by Makeup Forever. It is the 250 straight brush. It is the tiny little liner brush that I use. I also use the SEPHORA Collection Pro Shader brush. It is the number 18. This is a small shadow brush, pretty much. Really small so I can get into tiny little spots with it. Another one that I am using is the SEPHORA Collection Pro Small Shadow brush, the number 15. This one is a little bit bigger than the shader, so this one is actually the small shadow brush. And finally, I'm using my Bullet Crease brush. It is the SEPHORA Collection Bullet Crease brush in the number 221. So another one of the few products that I'm going to be using today is my eyeshadow primer. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I use this pretty much with any eyeshadow look that I do. A primer is always a good thing with eyeshadow, so I'm just going to apply this all over my eyelids. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to move on to the eyeshadow. The palette that I am going to be using today is my Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. I have adored this palette. I was so excited when I got this palette, and I have to say, I have not used it as much as I was hoping to. It's kind of one of those things where I always have my naked palette with me, and this one is normally sitting in the corner or tucked behind something, so I kind of forget that it's there. So I want to make a point to use this one today. Absolutely love this palette and I highly recommend it. I love Gwen Stefani too. I think she is so cute, and her and Blake are so cute too. But not to get into the celebrity gossip, but she made a great makeup line with Urban Decay and I just love these shades. These are all of the shades. I'm not going to be using the crazy colors today just because this is another natural look, just using this palette instead of the naked palette. But I love this because she gives you a great option of some shiny colors, a lot of sparkle, some with a little sparkle, and then quite a few matte colors as well. So this is really awesome palette. So I know I can be kind of boring with my makeup because I'm always showing you natural and everyday kind of looks, but that's just who I am. I am so natural. I do not go that crazy very often, but I'm just going to do that today. I think I'm going to use this row here. It is the Blonde, Baby, and Pop shades. I just think they're really nice and I think they'll all go really well together, so I think I'm gonna do that. First, I'm going to start with the shade Blonde. It is the top left shade in the palette, and I'm going to use my Pro Shader brush, the smallest head that I showed you guys, and I'm going to apply this just all over my eyelids. I have to say, quickly, I love this palette too because it's got such a huge mirror. A lot of the palettes don't have that big of a mirror, so it's really nice. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's a very light shade, but I really like it. It's a very pop color, like, I guess not pop color, but it's very bright and it really captures your attention. Next, I'm going to skip down to the bottom of the row and I'm going to be using the shade Pop. With this shade, I'm going to be using my Pro Small Shadow brush. So it's a little bit bigger than the shader brush. Now for the shade, I really like this one because it's very peachy and it's not very pigmented, so I'm gonna have a lot of freedom to do really what I want with it and apply as much as I like. It's kind of one of those buildable shades. So I'm going to apply this about halfway across my eyelid from the middle outward, and I'm gonna apply that all over my lid and I'm gonna see how I like it, and then I might apply more. So with this shade, I'm pretty much sticking to the outer corners of my eyelids, and then I'm also carrying it up a little bit towards my crease, but I'm going to blend another shade after into the crease. Okay, so it's a very subtle difference. I think it just made the blonde, the shade that I put on first, look a little less intense, but I really like the nice shimmer to it. Okay, so next I'm going to move to the middle shade. It is the shade Baby. And for the shade, I am going to be using my Bullet Crease brush. I'm going to be using this shade also as my crease color. It's a little bit darker than the other two, but I like it because it's still very light. So again, it's that very buildable shade. So if you guys can see, I really like how this is coming out. It's very natural looking, which I love, but I like that it's actually shimmery, but it's a subtle shimmer. So it's not an overwhelming shine, like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of makeup, you know, so, which I hate, so it's perfect. I really, really like it. I'm going to use a different shade as my liner, and then I think I'm gonna leave it as is. So for my liner, I do tend to use something that is a little more pigmented, so I'm probably going to use one of the darker matte shades. I really like the Anaheim shade. It is the second row over, and it's the middle shade, Anaheim. It's still a very soft brown, so I think it'll make a really nice liner. I'm going to use my tiny Makeup Forever 250 straight liner brush, and I'm going to start by applying that to the top of my lids, and sometimes I carry it down about a quarter underneath my bottom eyelashes. Depends on how dramatic I want it to look, and even still, it's not very dramatic. Okay, so as you guys can see, it just made them a little bit more defined, made them pop a little bit more. I do really like this shade, so I am going to do my lower lash. So to finish this look off, I'm just going to apply my mascara. I'm going to be using the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. Oh, guys, so I just did the worst thing possible when you're doing your makeup. Everybody knows I just sneezed, so now you can see all the mascara under my eyes, so I'm gonna go wipe that off. Be right back. All right, guys, so that is it. This is the finished look. Again, it's very, very simple and very, very natural, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.